In the shadowed depths of Earth's wildest waters, a relentless struggle unfolds, a saga as ancient as the continents themselves. Here, crocodiles and sharks, each a sovereign of their own realm, are locked in a rivalry that has shaped the very fabric of their environments. Their encounters are rare, but when they do occur, the tension is electric, the outcome unpredictable. These apex predators are not simply survivors, they are the architects of their ecosystems, sculpting the destinies of countless species with every calculated move. Their battlegrounds, where muddy rivers merge with the sea, where brackish estuaries pulse with life, are arenas of both breathtaking beauty and raw brutality. In these transitional zones, the rules of engagement are rewritten with every tide, every storm, every subtle shift in current. Alongside them, jaguars and orcas prowl the periphery of this drama, each a master of its own domain, each dependent on the fragile balance that sustains all life within these wild frontiers. This is a story of relentless adaptation, of evolutionary gambits played out over millions of years, and of a conflict that never truly ends. The crocodile, a living relic, is the embodiment of patience and power. Its armour-plated body, refined by 200 million years of evolution, is built for ambush and endurance. With jaws capable of crushing bone and a metabolism that can slow to a near standstill, it waits, sometimes for days, beneath the surface, invisible but ever-present. Every muscle, every scale, is a testament to survival in a world where only the most adaptable endure. In contrast, the shark is the ocean's tireless hunter, a creature of perpetual motion. Its cartilaginous frame bends with the currents, its skin a tapestry of dermal denticles that slice through water with minimal resistance. The shark's senses are a symphony of precision. It can detect the faintest flicker of movement, the subtlest shift in salinity, the electric heartbeat of prey hidden in the gloom. These predators are not just formidable, they are essential, their presence a keystone that holds the intricate web of life together. Jaguars, with their silent steps and crushing bite, and orcas, with their cunning and coordination, are fellow architects of this wild order, each playing a role in the eternal dance of predator and prey. In the shadowy world of estuaries, where freshwater and saltwater collide, the boundaries between hunter and hunted blur. Here, crocodiles and sharks are forced into uneasy proximity, each testing the other's resolve. The crocodile's salt glands work overtime, purging excess minerals as it stalks the shifting tides. The shark, meanwhile, adjusts its internal chemistry, its kidneys and rectal glands, maintaining a delicate balance. In these murky waters, every sense is heightened, every movement calculated. The estuary is a crucible, forging new strategies and exposing weaknesses. It is here, in the swirling silt and tangled roots, that the ancient rivalry is most intense, a contest not just of strength, but of wits and will. Yet these vital habitats are under siege, their complexity threatened by pollution, encroachment, and the inexorable rise of the sea. The hunt is a spectacle of precision and ferocity. The crocodile, motionless for hours, erupts from the shallows in a blur of muscle and teeth, its strike as sudden as it is lethal. Its eyes, nostrils and ears aligned atop its skull, it remains nearly invisible until the final moment. The shark, ever vigilant, relies on bursts of speed and the uncanny ability to sense the faintest electrical pulse. It weaves through schools of fish, isolating the weak, its attack a flash of silver and crimson. Each predator has honed its craft to perfection, exploiting every advantage, every weakness in its prey. Jaguars and orcas, too, are masters of their domains, one using stealth and power to ambush from the shadows, the other orchestrating complex hunts with podmates, their strategies evolving with every generation. The loss of any one of these apex hunters would send shockwaves through their ecosystems, unraveling the delicate balance that sustains life. Every kill is a gamble, a test of skill and nerve. The crocodile's ambush is swift and merciless, the river's murk concealing its approach until it is too late. The shark's assault is a ballet of speed and precision, its jaws closing with surgical accuracy. Jaguars dispatch their prey with a single devastating bite, while orcas use teamwork and intelligence to outmaneuver even the most agile quarry. These moments of violence are not wanton. They are the engines of renewal, culling the weak and ensuring the survival of the fittest. Yet as the world changes, the rules of this ancient game are shifting, and the future of these predators and the worlds they shape hangs in the balance. For the young, the world is a gauntlet of hazards. Juvenile crocodiles must evade not only predatory fish and birds, but also the ever-present threat of larger crocodiles. Young sharks, vulnerable in the shallows, dart between coral heads, their every movement a calculation of risk and reward. These early trials are crucibles, forging the survivors who will one day rule their domains. Jaguar cubs and orca calves, though protected by their mothers, must learn the skills of stealth, strength and cunning, each lesson a step toward mastery. The destruction of nursery grounds, mangroves, seagrass beds and riverbanks threatens to break this ancient cycle, imperiling not just individuals but entire species. In this ceaseless contest, every moment is shaped by the whims of nature. Floods transform rivers into highways of opportunity. Droughts shrink territories, forcing rivals into closer quarters. Crocodiles bask on muddy banks, ever vigilant, while sharks patrol the depths, their senses probing the darkness. Storms churn the estuaries, blurring the boundaries between land and sea, predator and prey. Jaguars and orcas, too, must adapt to the shifting landscape, their survival dependent on the health of forests and oceans alike. The fate of these predators is inseparable from the fate of their habitats, a truth written in every scale, every tooth, every scar. Adaptation is the only constant. Crocodiles endure drought by burrowing deep into the mud, entering a torpid state until the rains return. Some venture into saltwater, expanding their reach into new territories. Sharks, facing depleted fisheries and warming seas, shift their ranges, alter their breeding cycles, and adapt their diets. Jaguars, hemmed in by shrinking forests, roam farther, hunting new prey and navigating unfamiliar terrain. Orcas, ever resourceful, develop new hunting techniques, passing knowledge from mother to calf, generation to generation. Each adaptation is a response to a world in flux, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of nature's greatest survivors. The future of this perpetual conflict now depends on more than instinct and adaptation. Protected wetlands and marine sanctuaries offer crocodiles and sharks a reprieve from relentless pressure, allowing populations to recover and thrive. Reforestation and anti-poaching efforts give jaguars a fighting chance, while international agreements to reduce ocean noise and pollution safeguard orca pods. Yet these measures are only as strong as our resolve. The adaptability of these predators is extraordinary, but not infinite. Their continued survival, and the survival of the worlds they shape, rests on our willingness to defend the wild places where their stories unfold. Ultimately, the true battle is not merely between crocodile and shark, but between adaptation and extinction, resilience and collapse. The saga of these predators is etched in the scars of ancient armour, the sweep of a fin, the silent glide through shadowed water. It is a story of survival against impossible odds, of power and vulnerability entwined. As long as wild places endure, so too will this eternal conflict, a living testament to the drama and majesty of the natural world, and a call to protect the stage upon which it unfolds. In the relentless struggle for survival, crocodiles and sharks have evolved into masterpieces of adaptation, each equipped with a suite of specialized senses that make them nearly invisible and deadly within their domains. Their bodies are living blueprints of evolutionary success, shaped by the demands of their unique habitats over millions of years. Crocodiles possess a remarkable set of pressure-sensitive pits, known as integumentary sensory organs, lining their jaws. These allow them to detect the faintest vibrations and movements in the water, so precise they can sense the paddling of a single fish or the distant splash of an unsuspecting animal. Even in total darkness or muddy waters, these ancient reptiles strike with pinpoint accuracy, guided by invisible signals. Sharks, on the other hand, are equipped with one of nature's most sophisticated detection systems, the ampullae of Lorenzini. These tiny electroreceptors, clustered around their snouts, allow sharks to sense the minute electric fields generated by the muscles and hearts of hidden prey. In the pitch-black depths or murky shallows, a shark can home in on a heartbeat, even buried beneath sand. The crocodile's body is a fortress. Its thick armoured hide shields it from injury and attack, while its cold-blooded metabolism allows it to bask in the sun, storing energy for hours or even days. This patience is its greatest weapon, enabling it to remain motionless, hidden beneath the surface, until the perfect moment to ambush its prey. Sharks rely on their lateral line system, a network of fluid-filled canals running along their sides, to detect subtle changes in water pressure and movement. This allows them to track the faintest disturbances following the trail of a wounded fish or the vibrations of distant prey, even through swirling currents and crashing waves. When the opportunity arises, both predators unleash astonishing bursts of speed. The crocodile's lunge is sudden and violent, powered by coiled muscles and a powerful tail. The shark, streamlined and built for acceleration, launches itself like a torpedo, striking with devastating force and precision. In their respective realms, river and ocean, these extraordinary senses and adaptations have made crocodiles and sharks the undisputed rulers of their environments. Their mastery of stealth, detection and attack ensures their place at the very top of the food chain, where only the most perfectly adapted survive. Across the globe, nature's most formidable predators are shaped by the places they call home. In the dazzling labyrinth of coral reefs, sharks reign as silent sentinels, weaving through a living mosaic of colour and movement. Every crevice shelters a secret, every shadow a potential ambush. These reefs are not just hunting grounds. They are the beating heart of oceanic life, supporting thousands of species in a delicate, interdependent web. Along the coastlines, mangrove forests form a tangled fortress, an intricate maze where crocodiles lurk in silence, perfectly camouflaged among the roots. Here, the young of both predator and prey find refuge. These nurseries are alive with drama. Hatchlings slip into the water under the watchful gaze of their mothers, while rays and turtles glide through the safety of shallow beds. Every moment is a test of survival, every ripple a sign of unseen danger. But these sanctuaries are under relentless assault. Rising ocean temperatures bleach vibrant reefs to bone-white graveyards, stripping away the foundation of marine life. Plastic pollution drifts silently, ensnaring the unwary and poisoning the food chain. Mangrove roots, once anchors of stability, are exposed by erosion and battered by storms, leaving the young vulnerable and the ecosystem fractured. The consequences ripple outward. Predators and prey are forced to adapt to a world transformed. Toxins accumulate in their bodies, migration routes are blocked, and the ancient choreography of hunt and escape falters. Populations dwindle as the balance tips ever closer to collapse. Even the giants of the deep are not immune. Sperm whales, rulers of the abyss, face threats from above and below, struck by ships, ensnared in invisible nets, their ancient songs silenced by the noise of human industry. These habitats are masterpieces of evolution, woven together over millennia. Each species, from the smallest shrimp to the apex predator, plays a role in the grand design. When one thread unravels, the entire tapestry is at risk. To protect these vital realms is to defend the future of all who depend on them, predator and prey, hunter and hunted. The fate of these wild places and the creatures that define them rests in our hands. In the wild, survival is not a contest of brute force, but a relentless test of adaptation. Crocodiles and sharks, two of the planet's most formidable predators, have endured for over 200 million years, each evolving to conquer their own domains. Their stories are not just about power, but about the subtle mastery of their environments, where every sense, every movement, and every instinct is honed for survival. Crocodiles are the undisputed masters of ambush. Their patience is legendary, capable of remaining submerged and perfectly still for hours, blending seamlessly with their surroundings. When the moment arrives, they unleash a burst of speed and power, their jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force. Over countless generations, their bodies have become living armour, perfectly suited for the rivers, lakes and swamps they call home. Every scale, every muscle is a testament to adaptation, allowing them to strike with precision and vanish just as quickly. Sharks, in contrast, are the ultimate navigators of the ocean. Their senses are so refined they can detect the faintest electrical signals emitted by hidden prey. With bodies sculpted by evolution for speed and efficiency, sharks glide effortlessly through waters ranging from shallow reefs to the abyssal depths. Their teeth, endlessly replaced, ensure they are always ready for the next hunt. Each species has carved out its own niche, adapting to the ever-changing challenges of the marine world, whether stalking the shadows or racing through open water. But even these ancient survivors now face unprecedented threats. As habitats shrink and climates shift, crocodiles must adapt to vanishing wetlands and unpredictable droughts, sometimes travelling miles in search of water. Sharks, meanwhile, navigate oceans increasingly choked with pollution and disrupted by shifting currents. Both must contend with environments altered by forces beyond their control, testing the limits of their adaptability as never before. The future of these predators lies with the next generation. Young crocodiles and sharks inherit not only the instincts of their ancestors, but also the hard-won strategies of survival, passed down through countless trials. As they learn to hunt, evade danger, and adapt to a world in flux, they carry forward the legacy of resilience. In this ongoing battle for survival, it is not the strongest who endure, but the most adaptable, those who can meet the challenges of tomorrow with the lessons of the past. Imagine a planet in its infancy. Vast continents stripped bare, the ground cracked and lifeless, shrouded beneath a sky heavy with volcanic ash. The air is thick, the sun a faint glow behind swirling clouds of dust and gas. This is Earth, hundreds of millions of years before the first blade of grass, before the earliest forests, before even the hum of insect wings. In this raw and unforgiving world, the foundations were laid for two of the most formidable predators ever to stalk the planet, creatures whose stories would span eons and whose descendants would outlast entire dynasties. Life here was a constant trial, shaped by the grinding of tectonic plates, the eruption of supervolcanoes, and the relentless churn of climate cycles. Every living thing was an experiment, tested by fire and flood, by drought and deluge. Sharks, the ancient masters of the sea, trace their ancestry back over 400 million years, long before the first trees rooted themselves in the soil and before vertebrates ever dared to crawl onto land. Their earliest ancestors haunted the Devonian oceans, a time when armoured placoderms and monstrous sea scorpions dominated the waters. These primitive sharks were pioneers, carving out a niche in a world teeming with danger. Unlike their modern descendants, these early sharks were a patchwork of evolutionary experiments, some encased in bony armour, others toothless and strange, many destined to vanish in the great die-offs that punctuated Earth's history. But through every upheaval, sharks endured. They evolved new jaws capable of crushing shell and bone, developed senses attuned to the faintest vibrations, and diversified into forms both bizarre and deadly. Crocodiles, meanwhile, emerged much later, around 240 million years ago, as the supercontinent Pangaea began to split apart. Their ancestors, the crocodilomorphs, were agile, land-dwelling reptiles, sharing the world with the first dinosaurs and the last of the mammal-like synapsids. These early crocodilomorphs thrived in a world of volcanic upheaval, sprinting on long legs, some no larger than a housecat, darting through fern forests and volcanic plains. Their skeletons reveal a remarkable diversity. Some adapted for speed, others for armour, and still others for aquatic ambush. As continents drifted and climates shifted, their forms multiplied, filling every available niche. From tiny, nimble hunters to heavily armoured giants, crocodilomorphs radiated across the globe, evolving into terrestrial predators, river dwellers, and even oceanic titans. As the world's climate swung between extremes, greenhouse heat and icehouse cold, these ancient reptiles adapted, conquering rivers, swamps, and even the open sea. Some became stealthy ambush predators in murky rivers, while others braved the brackish waters of deltas and lagoons, their bodies streamlined for aquatic life. A select few lineages even ventured into the open ocean, growing to immense sizes and rivaling the marine reptiles of their age in both power and ferocity. Both sharks and crocodiles faced the crucible of mass extinction, catastrophes that wiped out entire branches of life, yet left these predators standing. When the Permian extinction obliterated 90% of marine species, sharks survived by evolving into new forms, some with jaws built for crushing, others with teeth honed for slicing through flesh and bone. In the aftermath, their diversity exploded, filling every ecological role in the world's oceans, from swift open-water hunters to lurking bottom dwellers. Crocodiles, too, weathered the cataclysm that ended the age of dinosaurs. As the asteroids struck and wildfires swept the land, they found sanctuary in rivers and wetlands, outlasting the giants that once ruled the earth. In the darkness and chaos that followed, crocodiles waited, silent, patient, and perfectly adapted to survive the apocalypse. Over millions of years, sharks refined their senses to perfection. They developed electroreception, allowing them to detect the faintest electrical signals from hidden prey, even in the blackest depths. Their ampullae of Lorenzini, tiny specialized organs, let them sense the invisible, making them unrivaled hunters in the unseen world beneath the waves. Crocodiles, meanwhile, became masters of patience and camouflage. Hidden beneath the surface, they waited motionless, blending perfectly with their surroundings until the moment to strike arrived. With explosive speed, their jaws, powered by ancient muscle, snapped shut with bone-crushing force, a strike honed by millions of years of predation. Through the ages, the silhouettes of sharks and crocodiles have remained almost unchanged, living blueprints perfected by the relentless pressures of survival. Every tooth, every scale, every scar is a record of adaptation, a testament to the ancient battles fought and the worlds lost to time. The textures of their skin, the patterns of their scars, tell stories written in the language of survival, each mark a memory of struggle and endurance. These are not just wounds, but signatures of resilience, etched by the world's most ancient and unforgiving forces. From the abyssal depths of the ocean to the silent riverbanks at dawn, the presence of these predators is a living echo of Earth's earliest ages, a reminder of the world as it once was. Crocodiles and sharks are more than survivors. They are living archives of evolution, shaped by catastrophe, refined by change, and perfected by time. Each stands as a testament to the crucible of deep time. Shaped by fire, flood and extinction, their forms forged in the heart of the planet's most dramatic epochs. Their bones and fossils bear silent witness to the rise and fall of worlds, predators as old as time itself, guardians of secrets written in stone and shadow. In the wild theatre of survival, few predators command the same respect as crocodiles and sharks. These ancient titans have ruled their respective domains for millions of years, each evolving a hunting style as distinct as the environments they dominate. Their methods are not just products of instinct, but of relentless adaptation, refined through countless generations of trial and error. Crocodiles, the silent sentinels of rivers and wetlands, are masters of patience and stealth. They haunt tangled waterways and muddy banks, their bodies perfectly sculpted for ambush. Sharks, on the other hand, are the tireless nomads of the ocean, forever moving, forever searching, their senses tuned to the faintest signals in the vast blue expanse. Beneath the surface of a murky river, a saltwater crocodile becomes a living shadow. Only its eyes and nostrils break the water, barely visible among the reeds and shifting reflections. This camouflage is its greatest weapon, allowing it to vanish into the landscape until the moment to strike arrives. Every ripple, every subtle shift in the water is a potential signal. The crocodile's acute senses detect the faintest vibrations, the smallest changes in current, as it waits motionless for hours, sometimes days, until opportunity presents itself. Above, a school of fish glides through the shallows, their movements sending delicate pulses through the water. Unaware of the danger lurking below, they continue their journey, oblivious to the predator's gaze. Suddenly, the stillness shatters. The crocodile erupts from the depths, jaws agape, water exploding in a violent spray. Its attack is a calculated burst of energy, swift, merciless and precise. The prey has no time to react. The ambush is over in a heartbeat. This is the art of stillness, an evolutionary masterpiece. Hours spent blending seamlessly with mud and reeds, every muscle coiled in anticipation. When the moment comes, patience transforms into raw power, and the strike is a blur of motion. In the sprawling wetlands, young crocodiles employ a different tactic. Working together, they herd fish into shallow pools, using coordinated movements to cut off every escape route. This teamwork is rare among reptiles, but it proves highly effective in these flooded landscapes. The reward is not a single catch, but a feast. Patience and cooperation yield a bounty of trapped prey, demonstrating the adaptability and intelligence of these young hunters. Shift now to the open ocean, where the rules of the hunt are dictated by endless space and shifting currents. Here, the predator must cover vast distances, relying on speed, endurance, and acute senses to locate prey in a world without boundaries. Near a rocky seal colony, a great white shark glides in slow, deliberate circles. Every movement is calculated, every pass a test of patience and timing. The shark studies the seals above, waiting for one to stray too far from safety. Without warning, the shark vanishes into the gloom below. Then, in a sudden burst of white water, it rockets upward, jaws wide, body arcing through the air. This breaching attack is a spectacle of power and precision, designed to catch prey off guard. The shark's assault is a masterpiece of calculation. It gauges distance, speed, and angle with uncanny accuracy, unleashing all its strength in a single devastating moment. The prey, caught by surprise, rarely escapes. In the vibrant maze of coral reefs, a different strategy unfolds. Reef sharks hunt in coordinated packs, weaving through coral labyrinths with synchronized precision. Their movements are fluid, their teamwork seamless. Together they herd schools of fish into dense bait balls, driving their quarry into a swirling mass. The confusion disorients the prey, making it easier for each shark to dart in and snatch its share. In the chaos, each shark seizes its moment. Cooperation among these typically solitary hunters turns confusion into opportunity, maximizing their success in the crowded reef. The art of prey selection is equally refined. Crocodiles stalk the weak and unwary, calves crossing rivers, birds lingering at the water's edge, fish stranded by receding floods. Each target is chosen with care, exploiting vulnerability and timing for maximum success. With a sudden burst of speed, the crocodile lunges, jaws snapping shut around its chosen victim. The attack is swift and decisive, leaving little chance for escape. Sharks, guided by an extraordinary sense of smell and the ability to detect electrical signals, zero in on wounded or isolated prey. The faintest flicker of movement, a single drop of blood, is enough to trigger a relentless pursuit. Every hunt is a new challenge. No two encounters are ever the same. Each predator adapts, improvises, and refines its tactics with every attempt, learning from both success and failure. The environment, the prey, and the predator's own experience shape every strategy. In the crucible of survival, new techniques are forged, and old ones are perfected. Over countless generations, crocodiles and sharks have honed their methods to near perfection. Each adaptation is a testament to their evolutionary prowess, their dominance etched into the very fabric of their being. In the silent ballet of the hunt, they are both artist and executioner, graceful, lethal, and endlessly inventive. Forever hungry, forever evolving, crocodiles and sharks remain the ultimate predators, their legacy written in the waters they rule. Deep within the untouched wilds, where the jungle river snakes through a labyrinth of tangled roots and shifting shadows, the world's most formidable predators are drawn into a silent, ancient contest. Here the air is thick with the scent of mud and life, and every ripple hints at unseen danger lurking just beneath the surface. Where the river's fresh water collides with the salty tides of the sea, a brackish estuary forms, a dynamic frontier where boundaries blur and the rules of survival are rewritten. It is here that crocodiles and sharks, each supreme in their own realm, are forced into uneasy proximity, compelled to share a battleground shaped by the relentless push and pull of the tides. As the first light of dawn pierces the mist, the mangrove delta awakens. The chorus of unseen creatures echoes through the humid air, but beneath the water's surface a different tension builds, a silent anticipation that something extraordinary is about to unfold. A saltwater crocodile, armoured in ancient scales and honed by millions of years of evolution, glides effortlessly beneath the surface. Its eyes, barely breaking the waterline, scan the currents for the faintest sign of movement, every muscle poised for explosive action. From the deeper, darker reaches, a bull shark emerges, its dorsal fin slicing through the murky water with predatory intent. Drawn by the vibrations of a struggling fish, the shark's senses are heightened, its body language betraying a readiness to strike at any opportunity. In this narrow, muddy channel, territory is fiercely contested. The crocodile and the shark drift ever closer, each unwilling to yield even a single inch of their domain. The water between them becomes a line drawn in silence, a boundary neither is eager to cross, yet both are prepared to defend. Beneath the surface, the two titans lock eyes in a silent standoff. There is no sound but the slow swirl of silt and the steady thrum of their hearts. Neither blinks, neither backs down, each waiting for the other to make the first move. Suddenly, the crocodile surges upward, jaws yawning wide in a thunderous display of power. The water erupts in a spray of foam and ripples, a clear warning that this territory is not surrendered lightly. The bull shark circles warily, its powerful muscles coiled beneath a sleek, armoured hide. Every movement of the crocodile is measured, every vibration in the water analysed, a test of patience, nerve and instinct honed by countless encounters with danger. With a sudden, decisive flick of its tail, the shark turns away, choosing caution over confrontation. For now, the river belongs to the crocodile, but the balance of power is never fixed for long in this ever-shifting arena. Yet not every encounter ends in retreat. When hunger gnaws and desperation mounts, the fragile truce shatters. The water becomes a battleground, and the clash of these apex predators is as sudden as it is violent. During the harshest droughts, when the river shrinks to a ribbon of muddy water and prey becomes scarce, the stakes rise to their highest. Every meal is a matter of life and death, and every shadow could be a rival. A crocodile lunges at a frantic fish, jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force. But before it can claim its prize, a sudden grey blur barrels in from the side, a bull shark seizing the opportunity in a flash of speed and aggression. The shark intercepts, jaws clamping down on the struggling fish. In an instant, the water explodes into chaos, teeth, scales and muscle locked in a furious primal struggle for survival. The river churns with violence. Jaws snap, tails thrash, and for a heartbeat the world narrows to a single, desperate contest. Then, as quickly as it began, the struggle ends. One predator claims victory, the other slips away, both bearing the marks of battle. Scars crisscross their hides, each one a testament to survival, a memory etched in flesh. These marks are the silent record of every battle fought and every lesson learned in the unforgiving wild. But the river is never ruled by a single predator. Shadows drift beneath the surface, and every creature is both hunter and hunted in this complex web of life. Along the muddy banks, jaguars prowl with silent intent, their golden eyes fixed on the water. Overhead, eagles perch in the canopy, scanning for the slightest ripple, a sign of weakness, a fleeting chance to strike. On the fringes, patient scavengers monitor lizards and hyenas, wait for the aftermath, ready to claim whatever remains after the giants have clashed. Their survival depends on the fortunes of others, and every confrontation ripples through the food chain. These rare confrontations send shockwaves through the ecosystem, shifting the balance of power with every outcome. Each battle, each uneasy truce, reshapes the lives of every creature that calls this river home. Territory is marked not only by tooth and claw, but by the silent language of scars, tracks pressed into the mud, and memories of past encounters. Boundaries are drawn and redrawn with every meeting, every challenge, every victory and defeat. Sometimes survival demands coexistence. Crocodile and shark drift through the same waters, each aware of the other's power, each choosing caution over conflict, a fragile peace forged by mutual respect. Over time, these rivals adapt, learning the subtle rhythms and invisible boundaries of their shared world. Every encounter leaves its mark, shaping the next, as the dance of dominance and survival continues. In this endless contest, dominance is never absolute. The river's titans clash, adapt and endure, locked in a perpetual struggle at the very summit of nature's wildest arenas, where only the strongest, smartest and most adaptable survive. Beneath the timeless veneer of primeval rivers and shadowy coastlines, a new kind of battle rages, one that is silent, relentless, and invisible to the untrained eye. The world that crocodiles and sharks once ruled with unrivaled dominance is now shifting beneath their feet and fins, transformed by forces far more insidious than any rival predator. For these ancient survivors, the greatest threats no longer come from rival jaws or territorial disputes, but from the relentless march of environmental change. The balance of the natural world, once predictable, cyclical and stable, has been thrown into disarray. As global temperatures climb, the ancient rhythms that governed river floods and ocean currents are disrupted. Rivers that once swelled and receded with the seasons now surge unpredictably, while coastlines are battered by storms of unprecedented ferocity. Crocodile nests, once protected by the steady pulse of wet and dry seasons, now face the onslaught of sudden floods that wash away eggs, or droughts that bake the earth into lifeless clay. The very cycles that shaped their evolution are now a source of peril. These extremes leave nests exposed, vulnerable to both the elements and opportunistic predators. Torrential rains can submerge entire nesting sites, while prolonged droughts harden the ground, making it impossible for hatchlings to emerge. The temperature within a crocodile's nest is a delicate balance, determining the sex of the hatchlings. Now, with erratic heat waves and unpredictable weather, entire generations risk becoming overwhelmingly male or female, threatening the genetic diversity and future stability of the species. Many eggs fail to hatch at all, and those that do must struggle through harsher, less forgiving environments. The journey from egg to water, once perilous but possible, is now fraught with new dangers at every step. In the ocean, sharks face their own elemental siege. Warming seas disrupt migratory routes and breeding grounds, while acidification weakens the very coral reefs that shelter young sharks. The ocean's chemistry is changing, and with it, the rules of survival. Prey species, sensitive to even slight changes in temperature, vanish into deeper, cooler waters. Sharks are left to patrol increasingly barren hunting grounds, their ancient instincts tested by a world in flux. The abundance that once sustained them is now a memory. Pollution weaves another silent snare, infiltrating every corner of their habitats. The rivers and seas, once crystal clear, now carry invisible toxins. Heavy metals, pesticides and microplastics that accumulate in the bodies of these apex predators. Plastics drift through the water, mistaken for food or entangling unsuspecting animals, while chemical pollutants disrupt hormones and weaken immune systems. The invisible poisons of the modern world undermine even the most resilient survivors. Microplastics, nearly impossible to detect, are ingested by fish and invertebrates, working their way up the food chain until they reach the top predators. Crocodiles and sharks, once symbols of raw power, now suffer from diseases and sensory confusion, their legendary resilience undermined by unseen poisons. Floating debris clogs nesting banks and coral reefs, turning vital habitats into hazardous obstacle courses. Every movement becomes a risk, every hunt a challenge against a landscape littered with the remnants of modern life. Habitat loss gnaws at the edges of their domains, shrinking the wild spaces they depend on. Mangrove forests, crucial nurseries for young crocodiles, are cleared or die back, leaving only exposed mudflats, vulnerable to erosion and devoid of shelter. Coral reefs, once vibrant fortresses for juvenile sharks, bleach and crumble, their intricate structures collapsing into lifeless rubble. Crocodiles search for basking spots and nesting sites, only to find barren banks and eroded ground. Sharks lose the sheltered nurseries where their young once hid from larger predators, forced into open waters with little protection. The world they inherit is not the world their ancestors knew. Yet the story is not only one of loss and decline. These ancient survivors are masters of adaptation, evolving strategies to meet each new threat. Crocodiles dig nests farther from water, seeking higher ground or shaded terrain to shield their eggs from heat and flood. Some populations shift their diets, preying on invasive fish or scavenging new food sources, adapting to the altered web of life. Sharks, ever the wanderers, expand their ranges, venturing into unfamiliar waters in search of prey and suitable breeding grounds. They learn to hunt new species, navigate shifting currents, and adapt their ancient instincts to a rapidly changing ocean. In this era of upheaval, every adjustment is a gamble, each generation a test of resilience and ingenuity. Hatchlings and pups must navigate landscapes transformed by pollution, climate and scarcity, their survival uncertain from the very start. The world they inherit is not the world their ancestors knew, but still they endure, adapting, persisting and evolving. Against odds both old and new, crocodiles and sharks remain sentinels of survival. Living reminders that even the most ancient predators must continually evolve to weather the storms of a changing Earth. Their struggle is a testament to nature's resilience and a warning of the delicate balance that sustains life in rivers and seas. The fate of these ancient predators is intertwined with the fate of the world itself, a world where adaptation is the only path to survival. As the elements continue to shift and the threats multiply, the ultimate battle for survival is fought not with teeth and claws, but with the power to adapt, endure, and overcome the relentless challenges of a world transformed. In the end, the story of crocodiles and sharks is a story of hope and warning, a reminder that even the most formidable predators are not immune to the forces reshaping our planet, and that their survival depends on the choices we make for the world we share. The next generation, born into uncertainty, must find their own path through landscapes forever altered by human hands and natural upheaval. Their journey is a testament to the enduring spirit of life itself. As long as rivers flow and oceans surge, crocodiles and sharks will continue their ancient dance with the elements, surviving, adapting, and reminding us of the fragile beauty of the wild. Their eyes, just above the water's surface or gliding through the twilight sea, watch a world in transition, ever alert, ever enduring, ever ready for the next challenge. In the ultimate battle against the elements, crocodiles and sharks are both warriors and witnesses, living proof that survival is not just about strength, but about the ability to change with a changing world. As the first rays of sunlight pierce the mist above ancient wetlands, a world awakens where survival is a daily triumph. Here, crocodiles and sharks, apex predators shaped by millennia, are not only relics of a primordial past, but also the focus of some of the most ambitious conservation strategies ever devised. In the intricate maze of rivers and the boundless expanse of the sea, every ripple and shadow tells a story of resilience. Scientists and conservationists work hand in hand with nature, forging a silent alliance to restore balance where it was once lost. In the saltwater estuaries of northern Australia, a groundbreaking shift in philosophy took root. Rather than resorting to culling, experts meticulously charted crocodile nesting sites and tracked hatchling survival rates. This data-driven approach allowed populations to recover organically, transforming once-threatened habitats into sanctuaries teeming with life. Decades ago, these riverbanks bore the scars of relentless hunting, piles of crocodile skins and empty silent shores. Today, those wounds are slowly healing, as ancient reptiles reclaim their ancestral territories, restoring the natural order. Strictly enforced protection zones now shield these vital habitats. Mangroves, left untouched, become nurseries for countless species, and the once muted symphony of wildlife returns, echoing through the wetlands. From above, drones capture a thriving ecosystem. Crocodiles glide silently beneath the surface, herons nest in the branches, and fish dart among the roots. The mangroves themselves stand as living bulwarks, protecting the land from erosion and the fury of storms. Far from the riverbanks, the open ocean tells a parallel tale. Here, conservation is written in the language of tides and currents, where the fate of sharks is intertwined with the health of entire marine ecosystems. Along South Africa's rugged coastline, marine protected areas have become sanctuaries for great white sharks. Scientists deploy acoustic receivers on the seafloor, tracking the movements of these elusive giants to pinpoint critical feeding and breeding grounds. Beneath the waves, great whites glide through dense kelp forests. Their presence signals a healthy food web. Seals flourish, fish populations rebound, and the ocean's delicate balance is restored. Juvenile sharks, equipped with satellite transmitters, reveal the secret locations of nursery grounds, shallow, sheltered bays where young sharks can grow, safe from both predators and fishing nets. In the ancient rivers of India, the gharial's survival depends on delicate intervention. Conservationists construct artificial sandbanks, replicating natural nesting sites lost to flooding and sand mining, giving these rare reptiles a fighting chance. Eggs are carefully relocated to protected enclosures, where temperature and humidity are meticulously controlled. Each hatchling that emerges is a fragile hope, nurtured for release into the wild. When the time is right, young gharials are released into the river, their slender forms vanishing into the current. Each release is a testament to the power of targeted, science-driven conservation. Yet the journey to recovery is fraught with challenges. Floods, shifting river courses, and unpredictable weather threaten fragile nests and the lives of the young. Poaching, pollution, and habitat destruction remain ever-present dangers. Each trap set along the riverbank, each polluted stream, is a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for survival. But hope is not lost. Along riverbanks, mangrove saplings are planted by hand, their roots anchoring the soil and providing shelter for countless creatures. In the ocean, divers painstakingly restore coral reefs, fragment by fragment, rebuilding the foundation of marine life. Camera traps and underwater monitors capture the vigilant eyes of crocodiles and sharks, sentinels of their domains, ever watchful, ever adapting to a changing world. These breathtaking images are more than just spectacle. They are living proof that, with relentless effort and deep respect for wild places, ancient predators can once again flourish. Each hatchling that reaches the water, each shark that glides over a thriving reef, is a living promise, a testament to the enduring guardianship of our planet's wildest places. In this ongoing saga, conservation is not a single battle, but a tapestry woven from science, patience, and the indomitable will of nature. Through these efforts, crocodiles and sharks remain the vigilant sentinels of Earth's resilience, ensuring that the ancient pulse of the wild endures for generations to come. As dawn's first rays stretch across the ancient arteries of rivers and the boundless expanse of the open sea, the world's most formidable predators, crocodiles and sharks, stand at the threshold of a future shaped by forces both seen and unseen. Their destinies are being rewritten by the relentless march of climate change, the subtle hand of evolution, and the ever-changing mosaic of their habitats, each force sculpting new challenges and opportunities. Imagine a world where rising waters transform forests into vast wetlands, and crocodiles, ever adaptable, glide silently through these new labyrinths, their territories expanding into regions once untouched by their kind. In these submerged forests, crocodile silhouettes drift with purpose, their movements attuned to the unpredictable rhythm of flood and drought, mastering the art of survival in a landscape that is never the same twice. Over generations, their bodies reveal subtle but profound changes. Armor thickens, patterns shift, and colours deepen, each adaptation a testament to their resilience in the face of shifting environments. Some crocodiles push into cooler, temperate waters, thriving among aquatic plants, and in climates once thought inhospitable, their physiology evolving to withstand the chill and exploit new food sources. Their scales, now more reflective and iridescent, shimmer beneath the changing sun, a natural adaptation that helps regulate body temperature as the seasons grow increasingly erratic. With slower metabolisms, these ancient reptiles endure long, cold spells, conserving energy and waiting patiently for the return of warmth and abundance, a living embodiment of patience and endurance. Far from shore, the descendants of great white sharks roam new frontiers, venturing into waters once too cold or too remote, their powerful bodies slicing through the deep blue in search of opportunity. They follow the shifting currents and migrating prey, their journeys stretching across entire ocean basins as warming seas redraw the boundaries of their world. Their senses, already legendary, become even more refined, detecting the faintest electrical signals of prey, reading the subtle changes in water chemistry, and navigating by the invisible cues of the sea. In murky waters thick with plankton and debris, sharks adapt to new challenges, finding opportunity where others see only obstacles, their predatory instincts sharpened by adversity. Yet the future is fraught with peril. Microplastics and chemical pollutants drift silently through their world, infiltrating the food web and testing the resilience of even the most formidable hunters. Crocodiles and sharks swim through waters altered by human impact, their survival now hinging on their ability to adapt to invisible threats that accumulate with every tide. Coral nurseries, once vibrant and teeming with life, now face the slow erosion of acidification, forcing young sharks to seek new sanctuaries in a world where safe havens are vanishing. Rising seas reshape coastlines, pushing crocodile nests into unfamiliar territory and forging new hunting grounds in landscapes transformed by the relentless advance of water. In these altered habitats, only the most adaptable survive. Those who innovate, who learn, and who change with the world around them, forging new paths through uncertainty. But even as challenges mount, hope emerges, bright, persistent, and rooted in the ingenuity of nature and the promise of new beginnings. From above, wetlands and reefs reveal patterns of renewal, new channels carved by water, fresh growth sprouting in unexpected places, and hidden refugees for predators and prey alike. Digital maps trace the secret movements of crocodiles and sharks, uncovering hidden corridors and migration routes that connect distant ecosystems and sustain ancient lineages. Artificial intelligence deciphers the mysteries of their journeys, revealing how these predators respond to the world's changes in real time and offering new insights into the art of survival. Predictive models warn of danger, mapping out hazards and safe passages, giving these ancient hunters a fighting chance to thrive in seas that are constantly shifting. Underwater drones, camouflaged as kelp or fish, glide silently through the depths, observing without disturbing and learning the hidden rhythms of life below the surface. These silent observers capture moments never seen before, sharks hunting in the twilight, crocodiles teaching their young, and the pulse of wildness that endures even as the world changes. In this unfolding future, technology becomes a quiet ally, illuminating the mysteries of survival and adaptation, and offering hope for the guardians of our wild places. Satellites and drones keep watch over habitats, providing real-time insights that help protect the delicate balance of life and ensure the survival of apex predators. Automated barriers shield nurseries from intrusion, giving young predators a safe start in a world where every advantage can mean the difference between life and death. In the realm of genetics, careful research unlocks new possibilities, strengthening populations, restoring lost traits, and building resilience for generations yet to come. Hatchlings emerge stronger, more adaptable, and ready to face a world in flux, their genetic heritage a living blueprint for survival. Genetic diversity flourishes, weaving a safety net for the future of these ancient lineages, and ensuring that the story of adaptation continues. Yet at the core of survival lies something timeless, the relentless will to endure, to adapt, and to overcome, no matter how fierce the storm or how uncertain the path ahead. As storms rage and landscapes shift, crocodiles and sharks meet each challenge with ancient strength and newfound ingenuity, carving out new territories and forging new alliances. They continue to rule the wild places of our planet, their presence a living testament to the power of adaptation and the enduring spirit of life. Their hunts become more strategic, their movements more attuned to the pulse of a changing world, each decision shaped by the lessons of the past and the demands of the present. From the air and beneath the waves, their presence is a testament to the enduring power of adaptation and the beauty of life's endless creativity. Each image, each fleeting moment is a celebration of resilience and hope, a reminder that the story of Earth's apex predators is still being written. The future is uncertain, but it is also filled with promise and possibility. In shared ecosystems, crocodiles and sharks adapt side by side, their coexistence a living symbol of nature's boundless creativity and the interconnectedness of all life. If we learn from their silent wisdom, if we respect the wildness that endures within them, and if we use our knowledge with humility and care, the reign of these ancient titans may stretch far beyond our own time, guardians of a world that is ever wild, ever alive. In the end, crocodiles and sharks remain the vigilant sentinels of Earth's wild places, symbols of hope, resilience, and the enduring spirit of life itself. Beneath the shimmering surface of sunlit rivers, where golden rays pierce the water and dance across the silt, a silent and ancient contest unfolds. In the shadowed depths of ocean trenches, where the river's fresh water meets the salt and the world grows cold and dark, this contest intensifies, a relentless evolutionary arms race between crocodiles and sharks, stretching back millions of years. Every encounter between these apex predators is a pivotal moment in a game of survival, where each adaptation, each new trait, is a calculated move in nature's grand strategy. In the murky shallows of estuaries where the river surrenders to the sea, the water is thick with secrets and danger. Here, crocodiles become living shadows, their armoured bodies pressed against tangled roots and drifting debris, perfectly camouflaged in the shifting light. Their jaws, sculpted by eons of predation, snap shut with a force that can shatter bone and shell alike, a legacy inherited from ancestors who once hunted armoured fish and colossal turtles. With eyes perched atop their skulls, crocodiles scan the ripples for the faintest sign of movement, detecting the glint of silver scales as juvenile sharks drift in with the rising tide. Far from the river's edge, in the vast blue expanse of the open ocean, the contest takes on a new dimension. Sharks, honed by the demands of open water, deploy their own arsenal of evolutionary marvels. Their torpedo-shaped bodies glide through the water with near-perfect efficiency, muscles rippling beneath skin armoured with dermal denticles, tiny, tooth-like scales that reduce drag and silence their approach. Electroreceptors, clustered along their snouts, sense the faintest electric fields, signals from hidden prey, even those buried deep in sand or lurking among the roots where crocodiles wait. As the tides rise and estuaries swell, the boundaries between these ancient rivals dissolve, creating a dynamic battleground. In these mixing zones, crocodiles and sharks share the same hunting grounds, their territories overlapping in a delicate balance of power. Young sharks, seeking sanctuary in the labyrinth of brackish mangroves, must navigate a world where every shadow could conceal a waiting crocodile. Here, the shark's quick reflexes and agility are tested against the crocodile's patience and precision, a standoff measured in heartbeats and shifting shadows. Some sharks, through generations of close encounters, develop an extraordinary sensitivity to vibration, detecting the faintest tremor of a stalking crocodile before a single ripple betrays its presence. Evolution, ever the master craftsman, responds to every challenge with innovation. Each adaptation a new chapter in this ongoing saga. Crocodiles become more streamlined, their tails thickening and growing more muscular, enabling explosive bursts of speed through deeper waters. Their lungs adapt, allowing them to hold their breath for longer periods, lying in ambush beneath the surface as sharks glide overhead, unaware of the danger below. Meanwhile, sharks evolve ever sharper, serrated teeth, perfect for slicing through flesh and even the toughest armor, and eyes that swiftly adjust from the blinding glare of open water to the dim, filtered light of flooded forests. The arms race is not always a contest of brute force. Often it is a battle of wits and patience, a dance of strategy beneath the waves. Sometimes the victor is not the strongest, but the most cunning, the one who waits, who watches, who strikes with perfect timing. Crocodiles learn to exploit the edges of tidal pools, lying motionless for hours, waiting for the precise moment when a shark ventures too close. Sharks, in turn, alter their migration routes, steering clear of shallow traps and instead travelling through deeper channels, often under the cover of darkness, to avoid detection. This evolutionary duel does not shape only the predators. It ripples outward, transforming the entire ecosystem. The river and ocean life that surrounds these titans is forced to adapt, each species finding new ways to survive in a world defined by the struggle between crocodile and shark. Fish evolve to swim faster, darting through the water with greater agility to evade both predators. Birds learn to build their nests higher in the trees, out of reach of jaws that lurk below the surface. Crustaceans develop thicker, more resilient shells, fortifying themselves against the crushing bite of crocodile and the slicing teeth of shark. Every adaptation, every change, is a direct response to the silent war raging beneath the water's surface, a living testament to the power and precision of natural selection. Through the lens of deep time, we witness the transformation of entire habitats, rivers, estuaries and oceans, shaped by the ongoing contest between these formidable predators. The arms race between crocodiles and sharks stands as evolution's masterpiece, an ever-shifting display of ingenuity, resilience, and the relentless drive to survive. As new challenges emerge and habitats transform, the contest continues, pushing both predators to ever greater feats of adaptation and survival. In this eternal struggle, there are no true victors, only survivors. Each generation emerges more refined, more formidable, and more perfectly attuned to the wild, untamed world they call home. In the relentless theatre of survival, crocodiles and sharks are not simply hunters. They are the ultimate tacticians, each with a unique arsenal of predatory skills refined over eons. Their mastery is not just in brute force, but in the subtle art of timing, patience, and adaptation. In the shadowy rivers and tidal marshes, crocodiles become living phantoms. They blend seamlessly into their environment, their bodies half submerged, motionless, and nearly invisible to the untrained eye. Only the slightest ripple betrays their presence, eyes and nostrils just above the surface, camouflaged among drifting leaves and branches. For hours they wait, statuesque, conserving every ounce of energy. When opportunity arises, a fish strays too close, a bird dips its beak, or a young antelope hesitates at the water's edge, the crocodile erupts from stillness. Its attack is a sudden, explosive burst, a calculated strike honed by countless successful hunts. With a powerful sideways sweep of its muscular tail, the crocodile stuns its prey, then snaps its jaws shut with a force that can shatter bone. This bite, among the strongest in the animal kingdom, leaves little chance for escape. Yet crocodiles are not reckless. Each movement is measured, each target carefully chosen. They assess herds, searching for the weak, the sick, or the isolated. By targeting the most vulnerable, they maximize their chances of success while minimizing risk and energy expenditure. A strategy essential in habitats where every meal is hard-won. Far from the riverbanks, in the vast blue wilderness of the ocean, sharks employ a different set of tactics. Here, movement is everything, and the hunt is a test of endurance, perception, and speed. The great white shark, for example, is a master of ambush. It lurks in the depths, tracking seals above with acute senses. Then, in a split second, it rockets upward, breaching the surface in a spectacular display of power and precision. Tiger sharks, on the other hand, are opportunists. They patrol coral reefs and seagrass beds, their serrated teeth perfectly adapted to slice through the armoured shells of turtles and crustaceans. Their diet is as varied as the ocean itself. Some, like the bull shark, are true generalists. One day they may hunt in the brackish shallows, the next scavenge a whale carcass in the open sea. This flexibility allows them to thrive in ever-changing environments. Sharks adjust their hunting patterns to the rhythms of the sea, striking at dawn or dusk when prey is most vulnerable and using the cover of darkness to their advantage. Some species hunt cooperatively, corralling schools of fish into tight, swirling balls. In a coordinated assault, they dart in, each taking its share, a display of both strategy and efficiency. The hammerhead shark, with its wide-set eyes and sensitive electroreceptors, sweeps the sandy ocean floor, detecting the faintest electrical signals of hidden stingrays. This specialization allows it to exploit prey few others can find. Both crocodiles and sharks are masters of adaptation. When conditions shift, so do their tactics, altering hunting grounds, changing prey, and even modifying their behavior to suit the moment. During seasonal floods, crocodiles expand their range, gliding silently through inundated forests, ambushing mammals that have never before faced such a threat. When prey is scarce, sharks slow their metabolism, drifting through the twilight depths for days, conserving energy until the next opportunity arises. In every hunt, their focus is absolute. The eyes of a predator betray a mind calculating every variable: distance, speed, vulnerability, and risk. Each attack is a decision, a balance of risk and reward. Success means survival. Failure can mean starvation or injury. The impact of their predation ripples through the ecosystem. By controlling prey populations, they maintain the delicate balance of their ancient domains, shaping the very fabric of life around them. For crocodiles and sharks, mastery of the feast is more than survival. It is the perfection of predation, a testament to the power of evolution, and a reminder that in nature every meal is both an art and a battle. Across the vast expanse of geological time, crocodiles and sharks have not simply endured. They have been meticulously shaped by the relentless and unpredictable forces of nature. Their story is one of adaptation, resilience, and transformation, written in the shifting landscapes and turbulent waters of a planet in perpetual motion. From the cataclysmic asteroid impact that brought the age of dinosaurs to a sudden end, to the slow, grinding drift of continents that redrew the map of the world, these apex predators have survived upheavals that erased entire lineages. Each disaster, each transformation, forced them to adapt or perish, forging new paths through the chaos of extinction and renewal. Imagine ancient swamps, thick with mist and teeming with life, gradually giving way to sun-baked savannas as climates shifted. Glaciers advanced and retreated, carving new coastlines and flooding old ones, while storms battered the shores, reshaping the boundaries between land and sea. Crocodiles, once sharing their world with colossal amphibians and the earliest mammals, were forced to adapt as rivers meandered and forests receded. Wetlands dried, new habitats emerged, and only those able to exploit these changes survived to pass on their genes. Over countless generations, their bodies became living armor, thick, rugged hides to withstand both predators and the elements. Their jaws evolved into powerful tools, capable of crushing bone or seizing slippery prey, while their senses grew ever keener, attuned to the faintest ripple or scent in the air. Beneath the surface, sharks navigated oceans in constant flux. As currents shifted and water temperatures fluctuated, they adapted to new hunting grounds and prey, their bodies streamlined for efficiency and speed. Coral reefs blossomed and vanished. Coastlines rose and fell with the restless movement of tectonic plates. In response, sharks diversified into an astonishing array of forms, each uniquely suited to its environment. Some built for stealth among coral labyrinths, others for endurance in the open sea. Some species evolved flattened bodies, perfect for gliding along the sea floor and ambushing prey hidden in the sand. Others developed torpedo-like shapes, slicing through the water with explosive bursts of speed to chase down agile prey in the vast blue. Environmental pressures, ranging from shifting salinity and temperature gradients to the rise and fall of sea levels, acted as invisible sculptors, favouring those individuals best equipped to survive in a world of constant change. Mass extinctions swept away the unprepared, leaving only the most adaptable to inherit the future. The shadows of vanished giants linger in the fossil record, silent witnesses to the relentless march of evolution. Today, both crocodiles and sharks carry the genetic legacy of survival. They have learned to adjust their diets, alter their breeding cycles, and seek new hunting grounds as climates warm or cool, rivers flood or recede, and prey populations rise and fall. Every shift in the environment, whether sudden and catastrophic or slow and subtle, has left its mark on these ancient lineages. Their bones, preserved in stone, tell a story of adaptation written across eons. Their continued existence is not simply a testament to brute force, but to an extraordinary ability to change, to innovate, and to endure in the face of adversity. In the epic saga of crocodiles and sharks, evolution is not merely a background force. It is the guiding hand that has forged resilience from hardship, ensuring that as the world transforms, the legacy of these remarkable predators endures undiminished into the future. As the planet warms at an accelerating pace, the ancient frontiers where crocodiles and sharks have ruled for millennia are being redrawn by forces beyond their control. The boundaries between freshwater and saltwater, once stable, now blur and shift with every passing season. Rivers that once surged with life are reduced to fractured veins of water, their beds exposed to the relentless sun. Crocodiles, masters of these waterways, find their territories shrinking, their hunting grounds fragmented by drought. Mangrove forests, once lush sanctuaries for young crocodiles, are battered by the relentless advance of salt water. Roots stand exposed, their tangled webs no longer able to shield hatchlings from predators or the rising tide. The camera glides over sun-bleached riverbanks, where deep fissures in the mud tell the story of a world drying from the inside out. Beneath the surface, a silent struggle unfolds as aquatic life clings to the last remnants of moisture. Out at sea, the story is no less dramatic. Ocean currents, once predictable highways for marine life, now twist and turn with the warming of the planet. Entire ecosystems are uprooted as temperatures climb, forcing creatures to migrate in search of suitable habitat. Coral reefs, the vibrant metropolises of the ocean, are bleaching at an alarming rate. Their once colourful structures crumble, leaving behind ghostly skeletons where thousands of species once thrived. Sharks, apex predators of these bustling underwater cities, now roam vast empty expanses. Their prey has vanished, driven away by the changing currents and dying reefs, forcing them to travel farther and deeper than ever before. We follow a solitary shark weaving through a patchwork of dying coral, its movements cautious and uncertain. Each flick of its tail is a search for sustenance in a world that no longer follows the old rules. On land, storms intensify, unleashing torrents that transform gentle rivers into raging floods. Crocodile nests, once safely hidden, are swept away by surging waters, scattering eggs and hatchlings across the landscape. Crocodile mothers, whose instincts have been honed over millions of years, now face a world where the timing of rain and sun is no longer predictable. Their ancient rhythms are disrupted, and survival demands new strategies. Some crocodiles gamble by digging nests higher on fragile, eroded banks, hoping to outpace the next flood. But these elevated sites are exposed, vulnerable to collapse and predation. Others lay fewer eggs, pouring their energy into guarding each precious hatchling. Every offspring becomes a vital investment in the uncertain future. Beneath the waves, shark pups emerge into waters warmer than any their ancestors have known. The heat accelerates their growth, but also brings new dangers, disease, competition, and the shifting availability of prey. Some species adapt, their bodies growing faster in the warmth, while others struggle as their food sources migrate to cooler, distant waters. The balance of power in the ocean is in constant flux. The world's oceans pulse with change, their rhythms altered by invisible forces. Only those who can decipher these new signals, who can adapt in real time, will endure. Through every trial, rising seas, vanishing habitats and shifting prey, crocodiles and sharks draw on a resilience forged in the crucible of ancient cataclysms. Their survival is a testament to adaptation, not just strength. But the pace of change has never been so swift, nor the stakes so high. Landscapes transform before their eyes, and the rules of survival are rewritten with every passing year. The visuals linger on a young crocodile breaking free from its shell, blinking in the harsh, unfamiliar sunlight, and a juvenile shark slicing through open water, alone in a vast and uncertain world. In this new era of climate upheaval, survival is no longer just a contest of strength or cunning. It is a relentless test of adaptability, of learning, evolving and enduring as the world transforms beneath ancient scales and fins. In the labyrinthine waterways, where salt and freshwater merge, the dawn breaks over a world alive with tension and anticipation. Here, the boundaries between land and sea dissolve, creating a stage where ancient predators cross paths in a silent, perpetual contest. The territories of crocodiles and sharks overlap in these brackish estuaries, each drawn by the abundance of prey and the promise of dominance. The crocodile, armoured and patient, lurks in the shallows, while the shark, sleek and relentless, patrols the deeper channels, both aware of the other's presence, both unwilling to yield ground. From above, the mangrove channels reveal their secrets at low tide. A saltwater crocodile glides with barely a ripple, its eyes just above the surface, scanning for movement. Every muscle is poised, every sense attuned to the shifting currents and the faintest vibrations. Nearby, bull sharks weave through the submerged roots, their fins slicing the water in silent arcs. These sharks are uniquely adapted to tolerate the fluctuating salinity, making them formidable rivals in this contested domain. Beneath the surface, the camera captures a rare convergence. The crocodile and shark cross paths in the murky water, each predator measuring the other with a fleeting electric glance. For a moment, the ancient rivalry is palpable, a test of nerve and instinct. Both pause, suspended in the water, reading subtle cues, body language, posture, the angle of approach. Neither is eager to provoke a confrontation, yet neither will back down without reason. Occasionally, tension erupts into a standoff. Jaws gape, bodies tense, and for a heartbeat, the outcome hangs in the balance. Each predator weighs the risks, calculating whether to attack, defend, or retreat. More often, a silent understanding prevails. The rivals slip past one another, eyes locked, each acknowledging the other's lethal potential. In these moments, respect is earned, not given. The estuary becomes a battleground of strategy and patience. Crocodiles and sharks hunt side by side, each employing their own methods, ambush and pursuit, while competing for the same elusive prey. Suddenly, a crocodile explodes from the shallows, scattering a shoal of mullet in a burst of energy. The water churns with panic as fish dart in every direction, seeking refuge from the jaws that snap just behind them. Just meters away, a bull shark seizes the opportunity, darting in to snatch a stray fish fleeing the chaos. The shark's speed and agility are on full display, a testament to its prowess as a hunter in these unpredictable waters. On rare occasions, competition escalates into direct conflict. A struggling fish becomes the prize in a violent clash. Water erupts in a frenzy of scales, teeth, and raw power as crocodile and shark vie for supremacy. The outcome is swift, brutal, and decisive. Yet, more often, the contest is one of patience and cunning. The crocodile waits in ambush, perfectly still in the muddy water, while the shark circles tirelessly, chasing prey into open water. Each predator exploits its unique strengths, adapting to the ever-changing environment. Not every encounter is hostile. Sometimes crocodile and shark share the same space in uneasy peace, their rivalry tempered by mutual respect and the demands of survival. The dynamic shifts dramatically when a pod of dolphins enters the estuary. Their synchronized movements and bursts of speed disrupt the routines of both crocodiles and sharks, introducing a new layer of complexity to the ecosystem. The camera lingers on the resulting standoff. Crocodiles retreat to deeper pools, wary of the dolphins' unpredictable tactics, while sharks circle at a respectful distance, cautious but curious. Dolphins corral fish with bursts of bubbles and rapid maneuvers, their clicks echoing through the water as they hunt with remarkable coordination. The estuary becomes a theatre of movement and sound, every predator adapting to the shifting dynamics. In the aftermath, opportunists move in. Smaller fish, rays, and even birds swoop down to scavenge the remnants left behind by the apex hunters, each species seizing its chance in the wake of the chaos. These encounters are more than battles for dominance. They are intricate negotiations shaped by instinct, opportunity, and the ever-changing pulse of the wild. Every interaction subtly shifts the balance, influencing territory, behavior, and survival. Each meeting leaves a trace. Territorial markings in the mud, altered hunting patterns, a new wariness in the eyes of both predator and prey. The landscape itself bears witness to these silent struggles. In this complex web of rivalry and uneasy alliance, the true mastery of these ancient predators is revealed not only in their power, but in their ability to adapt, coexist, and survive at the very edge of possibility. As dusk settles over the estuary, crocodiles rest on the mud banks, their massive forms blending into the twilight, while sharks slip silently into the deeper channels, vanishing into the darkness. The day ends as it began, in a delicate balance of power, respect, and survival. The wild is never ruled by one alone, but by the dynamic interplay of many, each a vital thread in the ever-evolving tapestry of life. Beneath the rugged armoured scales of crocodiles lies a story written not in scars, but in the very code of life itself. Each scale, each ridge is a testament to millions of years of survival, encoded deep within their DNA. And beneath the sleek, sandpaper-like skin of sharks, another genetic saga unfolds, one of relentless adaptation and silent innovation, honed by the pressures of ancient oceans. These apex predators have endured the cataclysms of Earth's history, mass extinctions, shifting continents, and the rise and fall of entire ecosystems. Their survival is no accident, but the result of a genetic legacy shaped by the crucible of time. Under the microscope, strands of DNA twist and shimmer, each coil a library of ancient wisdom. Here, the secrets of resilience and adaptation are stored, waiting to be unlocked. In modern laboratories, scientists have discovered that crocodiles possess an extraordinarily slow rate of genetic mutation. This remarkable stability acts as a living shield, preserving the traits that have allowed them to thrive since the age of the dinosaurs. This genetic consistency means that successful adaptations, like their powerful jaws and armoured hides, are passed down unchanged across countless generations. Their immune systems, forged in the battle against ancient pathogens, are among the most formidable in the animal kingdom. Crocodiles can survive wounds and infections that would devastate most other creatures, thanks to potent antimicrobial peptides encoded in their DNA. Sharks, on the other hand, are champions of genetic innovation. Their DNA is a dynamic blueprint, constantly evolving to meet the challenges of their ever-changing environment. Close examination of shark DNA reveals unique sequences responsible for astonishing abilities: rapid wound healing, resistance to cancer, and the capacity to regenerate lost tissue. These traits have become a beacon for medical researchers seeking new treatments for human diseases. The sensory genes of sharks are fine-tuned for survival. Specialized electroreceptors, known as the ampullae of Lorenzini, allow them to detect the faintest electrical signals from hidden prey, even in the murkiest waters. Their eyes, equipped with unique proteins, grant them the power to hunt in near-total darkness, navigating the abyss with uncanny precision. In the quiet sanctuaries of riverbanks and ocean depths, embryonic crocodiles and sharks develop within their eggs. Each embryo is a living archive, carrying the genetic triumphs of ancestors who survived the world's greatest trials. As they hatch, these newborns inherit not just the physical traits of their species, but the hard-won genetic wisdom of survival, an unbroken chain stretching back to prehistory. Encoded within their genes are the blueprints for armoured hides, efficient metabolisms, and extraordinary regenerative powers, nature's ultimate toolkit, refined over eons. Sweeping over ancient river deltas and plunging into the depths of ocean trenches, we witness the environments that shape these survivors, harsh, unpredictable, and unforgiving. The true story of crocodiles and sharks is not merely one of teeth and claws, but of microscopic resilience, of genetic codes that have weathered the storms of extinction and emerged stronger. Their continued existence is a living testament to the power of genetic adaptation, a silent, relentless force that has crafted two of the world's most enduring predators, survivors whose legacy is written in the language of life itself. As the first rays of sunlight pierce the mist above winding rivers, a new day awakens in the ancient realms of crocodiles and sharks. The world stirs quietly, unaware of the silent drama unfolding beneath the surface. Far beyond the riverbanks, the endless blue of the ocean stretches to the horizon, its surface calm, concealing the restless energy below. In the gentle glow of morning, crocodiles glide through the shallows, their armoured bodies perfectly adapted for stealth and survival, unchanged for millions of years. In the deep blue, sharks patrol their watery kingdoms, their movements both graceful and formidable. These apex predators, shaped by eons of evolution, remain unaware that their greatest adversary is not another creature, but a force far more insidious. Today, the fate of these ancient survivors is no longer dictated by tooth and claw, but by the far-reaching consequences of human action. Decisions made in distant cities, rippling across continents and oceans. Industrial plumes rise on the horizon, their toxins seeping into rivers and seas, altering the chemistry of life itself. From above, the scars of progress are unmistakable. River deltas shrink, their lifeblood diverted, while coral reefs bleach and crumble under the relentless assault of warming waters. These once thriving habitats now stand as stark reminders of a world in crisis, their vibrant colours fading into memory. Plastic debris chokes the rivers, while ghost nets drift silently through the ocean depths, ensnaring sharks and other marine life in a deadly embrace. Beneath the waves, invisible threats multiply. Ocean acidification, driven by rising carbon emissions, corrodes coral skeletons and disrupts the delicate balance of marine food webs. The very foundations of these ecosystems are dissolving, leaving predators and prey alike struggling to adapt. Fish populations dwindle, their numbers thinned by pollution and overfishing, leaving crocodiles and sharks with fewer opportunities to hunt and survive. From the sky, satellites and drones capture the scale of devastation. Coastlines receding, reefs reduced to rubble, and the silent retreat of wildlife. These images bear witness to the profound impact of human activity, documenting the rapid transformation of once pristine habitats. Meanwhile, the illegal trade in crocodile skins and shark fins continues to decimate populations, driven by relentless demand and lucrative black markets. Once rivers teemed with crocodiles and oceans swirled with vast schools of sharks, a testament to the abundance of life. Now many of these places stand empty, the silence a haunting echo of what has been lost. Overfishing and habitat destruction have slashed populations, leaving only fragments of once thriving communities. Mangrove forests are carved apart by roads and development, severing vital breeding grounds and migration routes. Yet, even as the crisis deepens, hope flickers on the horizon. Conservationists, armed with science and determination, fit crocodiles and sharks with tracking devices, tiny transmitters that reveal the mysteries of their migrations and behaviours. These efforts provide critical data, guiding strategies to protect vital habitats and migration corridors. International treaties and the creation of protected sanctuaries offer safe havens, where these predators can recover and thrive free from the threat of exploitation. Innovative hatchery programs nurture the next generation, raising young crocodiles and sharks in controlled environments before releasing them into revitalized ecosystems. Each release is a step toward restoring balance, a promise that these ancient lineages will endure. Across the globe, technology and teamwork unite in restoration. Drones plant mangrove saplings along battered coastlines, while divers carefully transplant coral fragments to rebuild shattered reefs. These acts of renewal are more than symbolic. They are lifelines for entire ecosystems, offering hope where once there was only decline. In laboratories, scientists harness the power of biotechnology, preserving rare genetic lineages and bolstering diversity to safeguard against disease and environmental upheaval. Crocodile hatchlings and shark pups, nurtured in incubators and aquatic nurseries, represent the future, each one a testament to resilience and adaptation. But the challenges ahead are formidable. Extreme weather and turbulent seas test the limits of survival, demanding new strategies and unwavering commitment. As the camera lingers on a young crocodile basking in the golden light of a riverbank and a juvenile shark weaving through a lush kelp forest, the message is clear. Their future is not written in stone, nor solely in the ancient code of their DNA. It is shaped by our willingness to protect, restore, and coexist with these remarkable survivors. The legacy of crocodiles and sharks, guardians of wild rivers and oceans, now hangs in the balance. The decisions we make today will echo across generations, determining whether these apex predators continue to inspire awe in the wild places of our planet. As the sun sets over wetlands and the ocean horizon, the world stands at a crossroads, a tipping point between loss and renewal. In clear rivers and vibrant reefs, the hope for recovery endures, fueled by collective action and unwavering resolve. If we choose wisely, crocodiles and sharks will continue to thrive, their presence a living link to Earth's wild heart. The tipping point is now. Our actions will decide the fate of these ancient guardians. Only together, through respect and stewardship, can we ensure that crocodiles and sharks remain the vigilant sentinels of our planet's wild legacy. Gap 1. In the wake of crisis, nature reveals its extraordinary capacity for renewal. Where once devastation reigned, quiet transformation now unfolds. Evidence that life, when given a chance, can rebound with astonishing vigour. Aerial footage glides over a restored mangrove estuary. Young crocodiles bask on sunlit mudbanks, their scales gleaming as they slip into clear water, each movement a testament to survival. In the distance, egrets stalk the shallows, and fish schools dart beneath the surface, revitalized by the return of their ancient guardian. Transition to underwater vistas, once bleached coral reefs, now punctuated with vibrant new growth. Juvenile sharks patrol these recovering havens, their lithe bodies weaving between coral heads and swaying sea fans. Their presence signals a fragile, hard-won balance, one that echoes through the food web, from tiny plankton to apex predator. Cut to a river teeming with life. Camera follows a crocodile hatchling, navigating tangled roots and gentle currents. Nearby, scientists monitor discrete camera traps and tracking data, their findings sparking cautious optimism. Early results show rising population numbers and the reappearance of species long thought lost. In the open ocean, satellite tags trace the epic journeys of sharks across protected marine corridors. Animated maps show their migration paths, stretching thousands of kilometers, proof that conservation zones are more than lines on a map. They are lifelines, connecting habitats and offering safe passage. Back on land, time-lapse footage reveals mangrove saplings maturing into dense forests, stabilizing coastlines and sheltering biodiversity. Above, flocks of birds and swarms of insects return, drawn by the renewed abundance. Each new arrival is a link in a chain of recovery, reinforcing the ecosystem's resilience. The camera lingers on moments of quiet triumph. A crocodile mother guarding her nest, a young shark evading predators in a healthy kelp forest, a turtle hatchling emerging from the sand. These are the ripples of resilience, subtle, powerful, and far-reaching. As dust settles, bioluminescent plankton pulse beneath the waves, illuminating the silhouettes of patrolling sharks. In the hush of twilight, the message is unmistakable. When protected and respected, even the most ancient survivors reveal a capacity for renewal that defies the odds. Nature's resilience is not infinite, but it is formidable. Every act of protection, every restored habitat, and every life saved sends ripples outward, proof that hope is not misplaced, and that the story of crocodiles and sharks is far from over. This is the promise of resilience, the quiet, unstoppable force that underpins Earth's wild places. In the partnership between humanity and nature, every positive action writes a new chapter of survival, ensuring that these apex predators continue to shape the living legacy of our planet. Across the ages, crocodiles and sharks have weathered cataclysms that extinguish countless other lineages. Their resilience is etched not just in their DNA, but in the silent wisdom encoded within every movement, every adaptation. As dawn breaks, the camera sweeps over a mist-laden river, where an old crocodile glides through the water, a living relic, its armoured hide marked by years of survival. Each scar tells a story, a testament to the lessons learned from centuries of change. Transition to the open ocean, where a mature shark navigates the twilight zone, its powerful tail carving through deep blue. The camera lingers on the shark's eyes, ancient, unblinking, reflecting the mysteries of epochs past. In the background, biologists analyze fossilized teeth and bones in a laboratory, overlaying digital reconstructions of prehistoric ecosystems. Infographics animate, illustrating how these predators have persisted through ice ages, shifting continents, and mass extinctions. Back in the wild, a young crocodile observes an elder, mirroring its precise hunting technique in the shallows. Underwater, a juvenile shark follows the path of an older sibling through a labyrinth of coral, learning the hidden trails and safe havens of its domain. These are lessons passed not through words, but through instinct and example, a living archive of survival strategies. The narrative shifts to a montage of natural challenges: monsoon floods reshaping riverbanks, sudden cold currents swirling in the deep, and storms battering coastlines. Each time, the camera captures crocodiles and sharks adapting in real time, seeking shelter, altering hunting patterns, and exploiting new opportunities. Their responses are subtle, often invisible to the untrained eye, but vital for their continued existence. Aerial shots reveal the cyclical rhythm of migration and nesting, synchronized with the moon and tides. Time-lapse footage shows generations overlapping, old and young sharing habitats, their fates intertwined. The wisdom of survival is not just individual, but collective, woven through the fabric of each population. As the scene draws to a close, the camera returns to the ancient crocodile resting on a sunlit bank, and the veteran shark patrolling its reef. Their presence is a living bridge between past and future, a reminder that the secrets of persistence are written in patience, adaptability, and the silent transmission of hard-earned knowledge. In the echoes of their survival, we glimpse the enduring power of nature's ancient wisdom, resonating through the ages and offering hope for all life on Earth. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and indigo, the camera glides over the intricate web of waterways and open seas where crocodiles and sharks reign. Here, in the twilight, their silhouettes blend into the tapestry of the natural world, a living legacy quietly shaping the ecosystems they inhabit. Aerial shots reveal crocodiles engineering their environment, carving channels through muddy banks, creating nurseries that shelter not only their own young, but also countless fish and amphibians. In the ocean, sharks patrol the edges of coral reefs, their presence regulating the balance between predator and prey. With each pass, they cull the weak and the sick, fostering resilience throughout the food web. Close-ups capture the ripple effect. A croc's subtle shift in territory opens new habitats for turtles and wading birds. A shark's patrol sends schooling fish swirling in hypnotic patterns, dispersing nutrients across the reef. Time-lapse sequences show the gradual regeneration of riverbanks and coral gardens, directly linked to the presence of these apex guardians. As night falls, bioluminescent plankton ignite the waves around a cruising shark, illuminating the unseen connections between ancient predators and the smallest life forms. Crocodile hatchlings emerge from hidden nests under the watchful eyes of their elders, their journey to water symbolizing the renewal of ancient cycles. Infographics animate across the screen, highlighting how ecosystems with healthy crocodile and shark populations are more biodiverse, more resilient to change, and better equipped to withstand environmental shocks. In the background, the soft chorus of frogs, the distant call of seabirds, and the rhythmic splash of tails underscore the harmony of these interconnected worlds. The narrative lingers on the silent lessons these creatures impart, not through dominance, but through balance, adaptation, and the quiet stewardship of their realms. Their survival is a blueprint, a living guidebook for facing the uncertainties of a rapidly changing planet. As the scene closes, the camera rises above the landscape, revealing a world still wild, still pulsing with ancient life. The legacy of crocodiles and sharks endures not only in their own survival, but in the thriving of entire ecosystems. In their presence, we are reminded the wisdom of the ancients is not just a story of the past, but a vital lesson for our future. Beneath the surface of rivers and oceans, the ancient currents flow, unbroken yet vulnerable. The camera glides over a mosaic of thriving habitats, then lingers on subtle traces of human presence. Satellite images reveal delicate networks of protected wetlands and marine reserves glowing faintly against the darkness of unprotected waters. Animation overlays highlight the invisible boundaries where conservation efforts begin to repair what was once unravelling. As the narration unfolds, we witness faceless researchers, represented only by gloved hands and field tools, tagging a juvenile crocodile with a GPS transmitter. Digital lines trace its path through a labyrinth of reeds and shallow pools, visualizing its vital role in the ecosystem's renewal. In the open sea, a remote underwater drone follows the silent glide of a tagged shark, its journey mapped in real time across an interactive globe. Data streams pulse across the screen. Population rebounds, habitat expansions, new corridors of migration opening where old ones were lost. The scene shifts. 3D infographics animate the ripple effects of community-led initiatives. Plastic removed from a river delta. Mangroves replanted along battered coasts. Sustainable fishing zones expanding in once depleted reefs. Each action is a thread, woven back into the tapestry of life. Archival satellite images fade in and out, showing the gradual return of green to scarred landscapes, the slow healing of coral after years of protection. As twilight deepens, night vision cameras capture crocodiles basking safely on riverbanks and sharks circling undisturbed beneath the moonlit waves, testaments to the success of joint stewardship. The narration synchronizes with a rising orchestral swell as the visuals cut between thriving habitats and digital representations of future conservation models, predictive maps, AI-driven surveillance, and the promise of technology in safeguarding ancient lineages. The final shots linger on the interconnectedness of all things. A school of fish darting through clear water, a hatchling crocodile slipping into a restored stream, a lone shark patrolling a revitalized reef. The narration closes. In the silent partnership between humanity and these primordial survivors, the threads of the wild are rewoven. Our choices, both great and small, now shape the fate of the ancient. The tapestry of life endures because we choose to keep its threads unbroken. Fade to black with a subtle overlay. The future is written not just in the survival of the ancient, but in our will to protect it. As dawn breaks over the shimmering expanse of a coastal estuary, the camera soars above a network of solar-powered buoys, quietly monitoring the water below. Animated overlays reveal streams of real-time data, temperature shifts, salinity gradients, and the subtle pulse of aquatic life, transmitted from these silent sentinels to distant conservation labs. Cut to a digital rendering unseen beneath the waves, a swarm of autonomous underwater drones glides through tangled mangrove roots and coral labyrinths. Each drone's path is mapped in glowing lines, tracing the hidden highways of juvenile sharks and crocodiles as they navigate the underwater wilderness. Advanced algorithms analyze their every movement, predicting migration routes and identifying new breeding grounds before human eyes ever see them. A seamless transition brings us to a virtual control room, walls lined with interactive dashboards and holographic models. Here, faceless technicians, represented by hovering cursors and animated tools, orchestrate a global web of conservation technology. AI-driven simulations unfold. Virtual wetlands rise and fall with the tides, while climate models forecast the resilience of ancient predators under various future scenarios. On screen, a time-lapse animation shows coral fragments, cultivated in high-tech reef nurseries, being transplanted by robotic arms into damaged reefs. Within months, vibrant ecosystems blossom. Schools of fish spiral through new branches of coral, while young crocodiles and reef sharks reclaim their ancestral hunting grounds. Elsewhere, satellite imagery flashes remote rainforests and river deltas, once unreachable, now mapped in exquisite detail by machine learning-enhanced sensors. Each pixel reveals the subtle resurgence of biodiversity, trails of crocodile hatchlings emerging from hidden nests, or the first return of sharks to once silent bays. In the background, a digital map lights up with community alerts as local guardians, represented by icons, not faces, share sightings and threats through encrypted wildlife networks. These decentralized systems empower frontline defenders, connecting them instantly to global experts and resources. The final montage sweeps across these interconnected innovations: drones surfacing under a crimson sunset, sensor buoys blinking in the moonlight, and virtual habitats thriving on screens side by side with their wild counterparts. The narration swells. In the union of ancient wisdom and modern ingenuity, we discover new hope for Earth's oldest predators. Technology, wielded with care, becomes a bridge, linking knowledge, action, and the wild itself. The next frontier is not only out there, but within our reach as we forge new paths to coexistence. The legacy of the ancient endures, evolving with every breakthrough and every choice we make together. Fade to a luminous network map, threads of data, life and hope, spanning continents and oceans before dissolving into the tranquil pulse of the living wild.